It's 4 in the best of 5. Dodgers and Nationals here on TBS. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Washington. Along with Jeff Francoeur, I'm Ernie Johnson. The Los Angeles Dodger with the most games of playoff experience is David Freese. And when he looked at the 6th inning last night, he said it best. We showed up and we got it done. Boy, did they, Jeff.
Here's the veteran Russell Martin with the big double to start off to put him in the lead. And then Hernandez right here gets a hanger that they talked about. And Turner put the finishing touches right here with a huge 3-run homer.
Add it all up, and by the time the dust had settled, 7 runs had crossed en route to a 10-4 win for the Dodgers. And how big was that one inning in the big picture of this series? Check out the comparative numbers, and you see him 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position after going 1 for 18 in the rest of the series. And that was the inning that told the tale. Now, the tale of Rich Hill. Injury-plagued season, 5 2/3 innings pitched in September. He gets the ball tonight. What do we expect?
Only 13 starts on the year, as you said, 39 years old. Dave Roberts said, I'm hoping to get 4 innings, 60 pitches from him, best case scenario, and after that, set it up with the bullpen. But a little bit, I think, to be unexpected.
Max Scherzer, meantime, has been in the middle of a lot in this series and in this postseason. He started the wild card game. No decision there. He came out of the bullpen in game 2 and was lights out.
Yeah, as you said, he was this is a big game for him tonight. You saw in game 2 and 3 with Strasburg and Anibal, the way to beat the Dodgers, you have to have all your pitches working and keep them off balance. He's going to have to be composed tonight, calm down, and do that. But you know what, Ernie? No matter what he does on the mound tonight, that offense is going to have to find a way to pick it up tonight with the bats. This is a team that was the 2nd most runs in the National League this year, and they have struggled in this series to find a way. You look at these numbers right here, 194, no stolen bases. This team that loved to run this year, so look for Anthony Rendon to try to need a big hit tonight. Only 1 RBI. He led all of the National League in RBIs. They need a couple of these guys to really step up if they want to send this series back west.
All we do know for sure right now is that the Dodgers are going back to Los Angeles after this game, either to host Game 5 of this series or Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. It's Game 4 in D.C. on TBS next. That ball is hammered to center. A thunderous home run. The Dodgers have opened up a can. What a matchup.
Cope this season with friends, family, and maybe even a rival.
Well, the Nationals pulling out all the stops. Trotting out a Stanley Cup champion, Alexander Ovechkin. He's a southpaw. Threw a strike to Adam Eaton. And so Washington, their postseason hopes riding on this game, trying to set up a Game 5 in Los Angeles and trying to get past the National League Division Series, which would be a first. And with a slightly earlier starting time, a little tougher to get to the ballpark there for the first pitch, but they are making their way in here as the Nats stay in the fight. Third member of our broadcast crew. It's been great working with Alex Chappell, and we go down to the field. Alex?
Oh, great working with you guys, too. Now, after Game 3, Ernie, Sean Doolittle talking to everyone in the clubhouse and saying we're comfortable right now, even though our backs have been up against the wall. And that's because over the course of the regular season, we've played in a lot of must-win games. This isn't new territory for us. Nobody's panicking, especially when you've got Max Scherzer taking the mound in Game 4. As for the Nats clubhouse earlier today, a very loose and calm bunch. They were even playing Bob Marley on the loudspeaker, his song 3 Little Birds, reminding everyone in there that every little thing's gonna be all right. EJ?
Thank you very much, Alex. And everything will be all right for the Nats if they can force the Game 5 at Dodger Stadium on Wednesday. Here's the Dodgers batting order, loaded with lefties. Jock Peterson followed by Max Muncy. I tell you what, if you shake Max Muncy's hand these days, you get a third-degree burn. Then it's Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager, Matt Beatty, Gavin Lux, all of these lefties to face Max Scherzer. And that is that's pretty much the recipe when you look at facing Scherzer, Jeff. He struggles against left-hand hitters.
Yeah, he does. It's been kind of the one really Achilles heel the last 10 games or so. He's struggled to get those guys out. Dodgers loaded it, like you said, with lefties tonight. But you know what? He's a big game pitcher. He's a big game guy. I think the key for Max tonight is he's going to have to find a way to get that changeup and get the slider going. You saw with Strasburg in game 2. You saw Anibal the first 5 innings last night. The only way to keep this Dodgers team off the scoreboard is to mix and match things. And I'll tell you what, that's a tough thing to do, though.
In his last 8 starts, he's allowed 10 homers, all to left-hand hitters, and allowed 2 in the wild card game. How about the defense?
Yeah, he's going to be throwing to Kurt Suzuki. His 3rd start this series. His battery mate for the whole year. Going around, you're going to have the usual Rendon, Turner, Kendrick, Zimmerman getting the start tonight off Hill. Good numbers for him. And then the outfield setting it up. You got Soto in left, Taylor still in center, Robles still nursing a sore hammy, and Eaton in right field.
There's Dodger manager Dave Roberts, who certainly appreciated what his team was able to do in the 6th inning last night, and especially the contributions from veterans in that inning, like David Freese. Big 2-out single to get things going by Justin Turner, by Russell Martin making his first start of this series. And he said, you know, it's good for a young team to watch veterans like this get it done. And man, that was the inning that told the story. That's 7 runs in the 6th, and suddenly you go from, oh, this is a 2-1 game and we're behind and we better win, to coasting to a 10-4 win.
And another thing, keep an eye on Doug Eddings behind the plate. Veteran umpire. You got a veteran in Scherzer, Rich Hill. He tends to have a little bit bigger zone during the regular season. We'll see what happens here, but see if those guys try to take advantage of that early.
Well, here we go. Dodgers have been to the World Series the last 2 years, trying to make it 3. Step by step, you got to win the NLDS first, and they can do that tonight against Max Scherzer. Jock Peterson takes a strike, and we are underway. You know, if there's anybody ready to take the field for this game, it's the guy on the mound right now. As competitive as they come. And right away, he's ahead 0-2. Peterson has a home run in this series. For his only RBI, he's 2 for 7. Went deep 36 times this year.
And you got to like that. Scherzer coming out 95, not 98, 99. I think that's something to watch as the game goes on. Can he stay calm, collective, and keep the ball in the zone?
The 1-2. If you'll think back to the wild card game against Milwaukee, Scherzer gave up a first inning 2-run homer to Yasmani Grandal, gave up a homer to Eric Thames, 2 left-hand hitters. And Davey Martinez had told Alex Chappell in the in-game interview, thought he came out a little too amped. In fact, as he bloops this behind short, where Rendon is the only infielder, the third baseman makes the play. But he had told Alex that night, I thought he was too amped, and his 7 hardest pitches of the season have all come in the postseason.
Yeah, and that's something, listen, you want to be, listen, you're going to be juiced. It's the postseason. If you're not, something's wrong with you. But at the same time, the Dodgers feast on fastballs. They love it. And if you're not able to mix it up, get them off balance. We saw Sanchez do it to him for 5 innings last night. If you let the Dodgers get in a rhythm, it's going to be a long night.
Muncy, 400 in the series, couple of home runs, knocked in 5, and has walked 4 times. Every time you look up, he's on. Breaking pitch over by Scherzer. 0-2. So he hit 99.3 on the StatCast numbers in the wild card game. Topped out at 99.1 in that 1 inning of relief in which he struck out the side in game 2. See what he delivers. 0-2 to Max Muncy. In the air to right. Adam Eaton. 2 up, 2 down. Let's take a look at Getting More, presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
And you see that right there, 95 plus. This Dodgers team loves to hit the fastball. I think a reason you saw Strasburg really mix it up good. Sanchez did yesterday, and that's why I think Scherzer's going to have to find a way. And you've seen it here, 95, 96. Mixing off speed, because like I said, if he can't find that off speed and he has to rely on his fastball, this Dodger team is going to put up some big runs.
Swung on and missed by Justin Turner. Nats are going to need a huge performance out of Scherzer tonight to try to set up Strasburg for game 5, if they can get there. In the air to left, pretty well hit. Soto goes back, and that ball is gone. Justin Turner takes Scherzer deep here in the first.
Boy, Turner's some kind of good. 95 right here. Had that big 3-run homer last night on the 3-2 pitch from Wander Suero. Here gets an 0-1 pitch after got a slider away, and then he gets a fastball and doesn't miss it.
You hear the term really seeing the ball well these days, and that's the picture of it right there. Turner was huge last night and gets him going here in the first, and here's Bellinger. Game 3 was huge for the potential MVP in Bellinger. Better swings at the plate in game 3. Follows that one away.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw the guy last night that I think all Dodgers fans would say we've seen for the majority of the year. You saw the guy a lot more relaxed, had 2 hits in that 1 inning, and then Ernie, his best swing probably tonight was the one he just missed to right center, his last at bat.
Into center field and playable. Michael A. Taylor with the catch. But here's the swing that's put the Dodgers on the board from Justin Turner. We head to the bottom of the first. And Anthony Rendon again at the top. Soto in the cleanup spot. Then Howie Kendrick, Ryan Zimmerman, Kurt Suzuki. Center fielder Michael A. Taylor hits 8th. And here is Rich Hill. And a tough season health-wise for him. Gets the ball with a chance to move on here in game 4.
And Dave Roberts has said, listen, probably 60 pitches, 4 innings. That's what we'd really like to get out of him. But he hasn't gone more than 3 innings since June 14th. But knows how to pitch in the postseason. Plenty of experience. Veteran guy, 39 years old.
He nibbled at the corner there, didn't get the call. Pops him up. And Gavin Lux has to drift over from where he was stationed to make the catch.
Will Smith back behind the dish tonight to catch Rich Hill. His 3rd start of the series. Turner, Seager, Lux, Muncy. And then you head on to the outfield where Beatty will get his 1st start in left field. Bellinger in center, and Peterson in right.
And here's Adam Eaton.
I think you talk about a Dodgers team with a big payroll with Beatty in left, Lux at second, and Smith behind the dish. You have 3 rookies for them starting in a big playoff game tonight.
Ball.
Big sweeping curveball sails outside. So Hill's been pitching with a left knee brace. It's his drive leg. It's not his plant leg. And he aggravated the injury in September. And that came in a game at Baltimore. He only went 2/3 of an inning and threw 27 pitches. Walked a couple, struck out a couple. So in total in September, less than 6 innings of work. 111 pitches in those 3 starts. He's had a forearm strain this year, and it's the knee strain. Came back to bite him in September. One ball, 2 strikes. And there is that trademark curveball from Rich Hill, and it stayed high.
Yeah, good take by Eaton here, but that's so tough because it's such a loopy curveball, and as you see, you can't give up on it.
Ball.
Throws that curveball about 41% of the time, and you know how they measure things, and the folks at StatCast measure it, and he's number 2 in horizontal movement on that pitch. There is ball 4 to Eaton.
Well, and Hill can really kind of move it around too. You see, he'll switch arm angles with that curveball, but good job by Eaton laying off that by Hill. Pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher, fastball, curveball, but like I said, watch for that curve. It's going to be coming from 2 or 3 different arm angles tonight.
Now, you touched on this as we came on the air, Frenchie. Look, Anthony Rendon was the leader in the National League with 126 RBIs. He's got 1 in this series. And we also talked about the fact that for this team to go somewhere in this postseason, he's going to have to be huge. He's
going to have to be huge. And look to see if Eaton goes here in a minute. No stolen bases for the Nats, a team that was really aggressive during the season. And even Dave Martinez told us today, when you asked him, Ernie, said, we might have to get a little aggressive tonight and put some guys in motion.
May have to push the envelope, as he said, and there's a little snap throw back as Will Smith took a shot. And 116 stolen bases, tied with the Cardinals for the most in the National League, but nary a 1 here in the NLDS.
Well, they got to get guys on the Nats to be able to do that too, have that opportunity. If you think back the first night, Buehler, he was so good, no one really even got on first base, so no one had a chance. And then 3 lefties in a row to start games now, so kind of can help minimize that running game for the Nats.
One ball, 2 strikes. Again, the breaking pitch floats inside, and the count even. So we'll keep an eye on that pitch count with Rich Hill. Dave Roberts saying in the neighborhood of 60 pitches.
And you can see when you're preparing for him, it's pretty much, I'm looking for 2 pitches. But as I said, what he can do is he can really hit both sides of the plate with his fastball and curveball.
Into right field, where Peterson makes the play for out number 2. Now here's Juan Soto. Soto staked the Nats to the early lead last night. 2-run homer in the first. Just a tantalizing curveball from Hill. And Soto took it.
And you see it's 74. You know, like that right there, you know it's coming. It just, like you said, it for some reason keeps you off balance enough that he mixes and matches that with his fastball.
Soto's the guy who got the Nationals here with the big knock in the wild card game. Pops him up, and for the second time in this inning, Gavin Lux squeezes it. We head to the second. 1-0 LA. House belongs to Alex Chappell. What's on your mind, Alex?
Yeah, well, I spoke with Dave Roberts during BP, asked him about facing Max Scherzer, just the challenge, and also knowing that the Nats ideally would like to get 7 innings out of him. What's the approach? He said you want to be aggressive in the zone, approaching every pitch like a 2-0 count.
Corey Seager takes a strike from Scherzer. To lead off the second, Justin Turner, solo homer in the first, has the Dodgers on top.
And so far, you look at Max, he's throwing 15 pitches, 14 strikes. But I think the thing he's doing besides the pitch to Turner that Turner hit out, he's done a good job of mixing that slider and changeup.
That ball's well hit to right. Keep an eye on it. That's going to be off the wall. Seager standing at second with a leadoff double.
Well, you saw Bellinger's bat break out last night. Here's a changeup that hung. He wasn't able to keep it down in the zone. And this might be Seager's bust out moment right here. Big double to start the second.
Scherzer makes a mistake, and Seager does not. Jumped on it to lead off the second. Now here's Matt Beatty. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. There's your aggressiveness. We saw Milwaukee really aggressive in the wild card game against Scherzer.
Yeah, guys that didn't have good numbers. Grandal, Braun, Kane, all those guys swinging early in the count. You kind of get the feeling the Dodgers looked at that film and they're trying to take advantage too.
Into center field. Taylor makes the catch. There will be no tag. 1 down.
And here's that wild card game. Second batter of the game, 2-run homer right there. And you can see the frustration. And then tonight in the first, Justin Turner, the huge home run there. It's a play we just saw right here. Seager was mad at himself right there. He was trying to get back to second. I think he'd tell you, I got to get back to second and tag on that. Saw him looking. Dave Roberts was upset.
Breaking pitch to Gavin Lux is fouled away. Seager came in 2 for 12 in the series. Doubles off of Scherzer to lead off the second. He stands at second with 1 down. Gavin Lux is 2 for 6 in the series. Yeah, Paul Menhart keeping a close eye on Max Scherzer. 3rd appearance this postseason. He threw 77 pitches in that wild card game when he had no decision. That's a game Strasburg came out of the pen. And the Nats came from behind to win. And then in game 2, the only Nationals victory of this series so far, that 1-inning pitch, bottom of the 8th. Faced 3 and struck them all out in 14 pitches.
Yeah, and look, you saw that. That was a good pitch, 96 painted away. And we can talk about that all we want. But at the end of the day, like we said in the open, Ernie, got to give a lot of credit to this Dodgers pitching staff and what they've done to the Nats offensively. Really shut them down. Even when they've got rallies, they've been able to get out of them.
Lux pops it up. Ryan Zimmerman makes the catch for out number 2. So Scherzer an out away from working around the leadoff double. Will face the number 8 hitter Will Smith. And they will hand him the intentional pass to bring Rich Hill to the plate.
Yeah, and during the regular season, and even probably in majority of playoff games, second inning, you don't usually walk that 8-hole hitter, but this is a situation right here. You know, they got to continue to try to keep the Dodgers as low as they can and give their offense a chance to score runs.
Rich Hill is ready now. May have been taken a bit by surprise. Let me get these batting gloves on. Let me get in here. MLB's RBI program is designed to provide youth in underserved communities opportunities to play baseball and softball. For more information, visit MLB.com/RBI. Rich is 3 for 18 this year. Does have an RBI. He fouled it back and saw Jock Peterson in the on-deck circle duck.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jock might want to stand somewhere else. Yeah, see, now he's moving a little farther back.
Oh, look at Rich running up as if to bunt. 1-1.
Goes with the old school too, 1 bat and glove.
One ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher versus pitcher here in the top half of the second inning. Seager had the leadoff double, and with 2 out, they walked Will Smith, the 8 hitter, to get to Rich Hill.
That one woke Rich up a little bit. 96 cutting.
See what he comes back here with 2-2. Rich is hanging in there.
We can see his approach as he's trying to slap that ball right at Rendon over at third base. See if Scherzer tries to throw something off speed right here.
Strikeout number 1. And the Nats avoid second inning trouble.
Here you go. Ball almost starts at his head right here. And you can see the spin rate right there. That's about 74 miles per hour. Still have to respect the 91. That's what he's pitched on all these years.
That is StatCast AI powered by AWS. As we move to the bottom half of the second inning, Howie Kendrick waiting on an 0-1 from Rich Hill, and here it comes again. That breaking pitch. This one misses. Count even. Kendrick, a .344 hitter in the regular season, 2 for 11 in this series, 3 for 14 in the Nats' 4 postseason games. Again, the curveball finds the mark. 1-2. I mean, you faced Rich Hill. How frustrating was it?
It is, because you think you're absolutely going to kill that pitch.
Kendrick got that one. The 1-2 curveball.
And honestly, that's probably the way to hit him. Is to go that other way. You try to pull the ball off Rich Hill. Majority of the time you pop up or ground out. Right here you can see Kendrick wait back on it, hit it to right center. Honestly, it's one of those things to me, if you're going to let him beat you, make him jam you with that fastball.
Second base runner for the Nats, and the first hit by Howie Kendrick, and here's Ryan Zimmerman. He's 1 for 5 in the series. But he too, when you go back to that wild card game, came up with a great at bat against Josh Hader. Wound up breaking his bat on a hit to center in that 3-run 8th inning.
When you want to know how much confidence Dave Roberts has in Rich Hill, there were a couple other guys that he probably could have started tonight that have done well for the Dodgers this year. But you know what? He tabbed Rich Hill, the Game 4 starter, before he even tabbed 1, 2, and 3. Remember, we were out in L.A. last week on Wednesday at the field, and all we knew was who was pitching Game 4.
Not who was going to pitch the opener. Later, that was revealed, and even then it was, we don't know. These guys will pitch in some order, 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, Rich Hill was penciled in at number 4, and he strikes out Ryan Zimmerman.
And that's what's tough right there, that fastball at 91. When you see that curveball, and then all of a sudden you see this pitch, it looks about 96, 97. And that's how he gets away with only throwing 2 pitches. That fastball a little bit up in the zone. It's tough to lay off.
Yeah, you get that steady diet of 75, 76. And all of a sudden, this one doesn't have a wrinkle. There's Suzuki. Kendrick has a lead at first. Suzuki takes a strike. He's looking for his first hit of this postseason. He's 0 for 8, 0 for 5 in the series. It means so much to this team behind the plate.
You can see there, Kurt, strictly pull hitter.
Defensively, you're watching a Dodger team that shifts about twice as much as they did last year, and a team that is heavily analytics driven.
Oh, it's out.
Didn't miss by much, but it's a ball and 2 strikes.
I think Rich wanted that pitch right there. Felt like he had put it down in the zone at the bottom part.
Oh, it's in. Did he go?
They check at first, and Alfonso Marquez says no swing.
Good call.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Suzuki waiting on that curveball and grounds it in the hole. There's 1. There is 2. An inning-ending double play grounded into by Kurt Suzuki. Hit it right into the shift. And that's the end of the inning. We We will head to the third in game 4.
Did it to Cardinals and get around and did it to the Braves today in game 4. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about a pitching matchup for game 5 now on Wednesday in Atlanta? Flaherty and Fultonevich. That's going to be some power coming at you.
So to get you up to speed on what you may have missed while you were watching that Cardinal Braves game, this is Max Scherzer giving up a shot to Justin Turner in the top half of the first.
Yeah, Turner missed the slider down and away first pitch. Second pitch fastball in. He didn't miss that one.
Only run of the game so far, and Turner due up here in the top half of the third. It'll be the top of the order. Jock Peterson, Max Muncy, Justin Turner. Dodgers trying to put this series away and move on to the NLCS. If not, then it's a game 5 in Los Angeles on Wednesday. And if that should happen, a Walker Buehler Steven Strasburg meeting would be on the horizon, and it doesn't get much better than that.
No, but you're Dave Roberts today when you're down there. He said, I want to go home and have this thing over with. I don't like game 5s.
Peterson popped up his first time to Anthony Rendon, who's the only fielder on the left side. Peterson, a 36 home run, 74 run batted in regular season, career highs, and right into the shift. Howie Kendrick throws him out from shallow right for out number 1.
Gets him on a changeup right there out front. Like you said, with Kendrick playing the shift, easy play for him.
And here's Max Muncy. Muncy flied out to right his first time. They got some boppers on this LA Dodgers side, folks. 35 home runs for Muncy. He's had a couple in the series. And we've talked about how many lefties Dave Roberts puts out there. 6 of the first 7 hitters from the left side, but it was the right-handed hitting Turner who took Scherzer deep.
Yeah, and he left one a little bit up, a little bit in, but for Max, I think right now you're seeing that. There's an 81 curveball for a strike. He doesn't look like the same guy that we saw in the wild card as far as hyped, going crazy out there. He does look under control right now. See the change up there, which if you watch the way that Strasburg and Sanchez pitch these guys, we felt like for the Nats to have any chance tonight, they were going to have this from Max. Mixing up his pitches. 95 with the fastball, not 98, 99.
Made him dance, and it's 2-2. Same place in 3-2. So Muncy his career given a second chance by the Los Angeles Dodgers. Oakland had given up on him. And man, has he flourished wearing the LA colors. Another chance for Kendrick. 2 up and 2 down here in the third.
Good curveball there by Max. 3-2. Muncy got out in front and grounded. Got around it right here, but that's what he has to do. 3-2. You can't just rear back and throw heaters. Not versus this lineup. Definitely not versus Muncy.
And now here's Turner. So in the first, Scherzer retired the first 2. He does the same here in the third, and this is where he ran into trouble. This is much more playable for Juan Soto. 1, 2, 3, third for Max. We'll be back. Title is with you, and we are with you here with Game 4 of this NLDS Best of 5. Dodgers and the Nats. We move to the bottom half of the third. Michael A. Taylor leads it off. He's been starting in center field for Victor Robles, who has a hamstring issue. He's made 2 starts for the Nats when the team is facing elimination. 2 years ago, hit a grand slam in Game 4. Stayed alive. Game 5, 3-run shot, but they lost to the Cubs.
Yeah, he's a guy that the Nats kind of thought would take that position and run for years, and he just has not done it. Hasn't been able to be consistent. Like you said, had, I think, stretches of where he's been really, really good, but also very inconsistent. And you can see the shift they're playing here, too. They got the second baseman way over there on shortstop side.
Almost hit him with the 2-1. He back when he was drafted in 09, he was a shortstop. They made him a center fielder in 2011, and he can really go get him out there. There is a leadoff walk in the bottom half of the third. Moments ago, Alex Chappell, Dave Martinez.
Davey, Rich Hill isn't expected to pitch more than 3 or 4 innings tonight, so bullpen night. How does that change your approach as an offense?
Well, we'll hope to get Rich Hill, before he gets out, but our hitters are all good. I mean, it doesn't change we're just gonna start hitting the ball. I mean, that's the big thing.
As you look at the other side of things for Max Scherzer, what's some of the biggest differences you see in his start tonight versus that wild card game?
For me right now, he's actually he's in control. He's not trying to do too much. He's making good pitches.
Davey, thanks for the time. EJ?
All right, thank you, Alex. And Dave Martinez. Scherzer has laid down 6 sacrifice bunts this year. Pulls the bat back and takes a strike.
I thought what he said, 2 things was true. Scherzer tonight looks like a guy who's under control a lot more, pitching with a rhythm. And then the second thing, which I think he said, we got to hit. I mean, you look at these, we talked earlier, you look at these struggles right here. The difference in this series right now, 8 runs in 3 games for the Nats.
Scherzer pops up the bunt attempt, and Will Smith gave it a run.
And after Turner's home run, 19 runs now for them in this series. So as the Dodgers bats have come alive, the Nats haven't been able to do that. Credit the Dodgers pitching. They've been tough on them, but this is a lineup that scored the 2nd most runs in the National League this year.
Both teams have come in struggling with runners in scoring position. In fact, identical marks of 182. Dodgers now have 45 strikeouts in the series, including 17 in 1 game. Scherzer took a look at Bob Henley, his third base coach down there at third. It's an 0-2 count. And he pulls the bat back. It was going to be old Butcher Boy, huh? But he took 1-2. Michael Taylor with good speed, the runner at first. Scherzer again squares, and this time bunts it foul for out number 1.
And these are those situations where you wonder what Davey Martinez talking about it. At some point here, you got to hit and run, move somebody right here. You got a guy that can handle the bat and turn her up. You got a guy at first that can run and Taylor. Do something.
Check Taylor's lead at first as Hill comes to the plate and Turner fouls it away. Yeah, push the envelope. The words that Davey Martinez used in our meeting with him today. Here's a chance. Taylor was 6 out of 6 in the stolen base department this year. Guy at the plate, Trey Turner, led the team, and there is that breaking pitch again, and Turner watched it float by.
That's the tough one right there. You can really bring it around the edge, paint the outside corner. You just give up on it as a hitter. And that's one thing the Dodgers, you give them credit. They might have struck out 45 times so far in this series, but they've also been able to hit the long ball some. And a recipe they did all year was walks and home runs.
Had their 7th of the series in the first inning of this game. Meantime, the Nats had one in the wild card and one in this series. Little better move by Rich Hill over there to Max Muncy as Taylor had to get back in on his stomach. A ball and 2 strikes. A runner going, and it's fouled off. I haven't said runner going very much with the Nats.
No.
Not only have they not stolen one, there just haven't been many attempts.
No, and he finally got a good jump right there. 2 strikes, though. Turner's got to protect the plate. The hope right there is if he could shoot that hole. Lux playing all the way left to second base, and Muncy holding Taylor on. I mean,
there is a wide open space. And that's what we saw last night, Frenchie, in that big inning by the Dodgers was an old school at bat by an old school player in David Freese. They had shifted on him, the Nats had, and he just shot one through the right side to keep an inning alive. And look at that. Tip of the hat to you, Trey Turner. Go the other way.
Well, and there you go. That's something to get the fans going. That, you talk about it, the Dodgers do that so well on other teams and take advantage. Right here's the first time you've seen the shift and really seen someone. You see the size of that hole right there. This ball's not hit good at all. It's a poor hopper, but when no one's there,
it was Freese-like, and they're at first and third.
Exactly. You saw it. That was the pitch Freese did yesterday to get the big inning going for the Dodgers. And now something to watch. Eaton, 479 on the first pitch.
The tying run is 90 feet away. They're at the corners with 1 out, and Adam Eaton lets that one pass. 1-0. As the clock thickens, Clayton Kershaw.
You think he's just hanging out down there?
Probably not.
Went down to get some seeds. That's why they started him game 2. Dave Roberts said so he could come back in the pen if we needed him in 4 or 5.
2-0 to Adam Eaton, who walked his first time. Rich Hill has walked 2. His season high is 3 a couple of times. Bottom of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's a great pitch right here on 2-0, and that's one thing the Dodgers have. They have veteran guys that have pitched in tons of these situations. They don't panic.
Oh, Eaton had the bunt down, it appeared, came back up and hit his bat. Looked like a safety squeeze.
Here's a great angle.
Yeah, did not see Taylor coming down the line on the pitch.
No one honestly probably caught a break right there by the ball hitting the bat, because Taylor would have had to go back to third, and they would have had an easy out on Eaton at first.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners lead from first and third. You know, if Rich Hill does that at Dodger Stadium, they're saying, oh, that's a good move. That's good. Keep that guy close. When you do it on the road, 43,000 fans boo you. Breaking pitch, missed inside.
It's a tough take by Eaton right there. I definitely think it's a ball, a little bit in, a little bit up, but.
And I stressed the little bit.
Yeah, that's the one I'm telling you. It's so hard because you give up on it. And it's got such break to it and tilt.
Payoff pitch to Eaton. Breaking pitch misses, and the bases are loaded.
I can't tell if Rich Hill's mad at himself right here, Ernie, or he's upset with Doug Eddings behind the home plate, but definitely looked like there was a couple words said. See a replay here in a minute on it. On the tracker, it looked a little bit up, but
second time Eaton has walked. Third walk by Hill. And now with 1 out, they are loaded for Anthony Rendon. The National League RBI leader with 126 has just 1 in this postseason. And he's got 3 teammates out there on the bases.
But we'll see. Kendrick got the base hit, waited on the curveball, went to right field. Turner did the same thing. Rendon's got the opportunity right here. I know you want the big home run, the big double, but they're giving you a huge space over there to just punch a single through, as you see right here.
That finds the mark. 1-1. That fly out in the first made Rendon 3 for 11 in this series. You look at the runners. Great speed at every base.
Got him on that fastball up. Tough pitch to lay off with Hill where he throws it from, but we saw Bellinger break out yesterday. He's the Dodgers MVP. As we said on the open, Ernie, here is the chance that Rendon's been waiting for this postseason.
In the air, pretty well hit to left center field. Beatty is back on the track and makes the catch. But that will tie the game as Michael A. Taylor scampers home with the Nats' first run.
Wow, when it left the bat, I thought he got it from up here. I think he hit it on the sweet spot, just kind of hit it straight up in the air, which is tough when that curveball's coming that far down with that tilt. But nonetheless, he was able to tie it up.
And now here's Juan Soto. Runners at first and second. Turner at second, Eaton at first. Soto, a huge cut, as he normally does, and comes up empty, 0-1.
Yeah, and flip the script here. If you're the Dodgers and Rich Hill right here, if you can find a way to get out of this thing and get Soto out right here, you feel pretty good about yourself being tied in this game 1-1 with Rendon up and the bases loaded.
Again, the ballpark for pitches for Rich Hill was going to be about 60 tonight, and he's at 53 right now as he pitches in the third.
But if you think about it, Soto, both his big hits, as you see Maeda getting ready, probably for Kendrick on deck, but Soto, both his big hits have been against lefties this postseason. Hader, Ryu last night. He hits at a 285 clip against lefties.
Soto aggressive at the plate, aggressive in between pitches. Again, the breaking ball, and Soto barely got a piece, fouling it back. T-Mobile extended coverage gives you the look at the base runners for the Nats. Trey Turner, who singled, and Adam Eaton, who walked for the second time. The Nats have tied things up here in the third. Sacrifice fly by Anthony Rendon, scoring Michael A. Taylor.
That's why you got to love Rich Hill out there. He's going to throw that curveball, basically telling you it's coming. I don't care if you know it's coming. You have to wait and hit it.
So we're not going to get 4 innings, or you're not going to get 4 innings out of Rich Hill. He's hoping to get out in 3. It's 3-2. Looking for the third out here in the bottom half of the third.
I think it was a cross-up right there. The way that Smith caught that ball, because it was on the outer part. But now 3-2, the runner's going to be moving.
And they can both get it. Turner and Eaton, the runners, there they go. And that is ball 4 to Soto. And the bases are loaded again. And that will be the end of the night for Rich Hill. Maeda will come on in the third after this. Maeda, he's been solid.
So tough on righties, and exactly why he's in right now to get Kendrick. Starts most of the year, but every year towards the postseason, he kind of comes there. I don't want to say long guy, but guy that goes a couple innings, can get righties out. As you said, just a weird night for Rich Hill. 4 walks, but a lot of them were 3-2. They were close. A little bit of rust.
And you saw his line. It's 1 run at this point. Those 3 base runners all belong to Rich Hill, as Maeda will try to get Howie Kendrick in a bases loaded situation and keep the game tied.
We talk about the Nats bullpen struggling this postseason. Opposite for the Dodgers. Their bullpen's been really, really good. Maeda hadn't gave up a hit yet this postseason.
Maeda has gotten Kendrick both times he's faced him in the series. And this is the biggest spot yet. Bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Just did miss outside, 1-0. Dave Martinez hoping his guys can break on top. They've already tied it here in the 3rd in a game they have to stay alive. Waved at the 1-0 and the count even.
That's that tough slider he throws right there. And that's the thing, coming out of the pen, everything ramps up for him. Fastball's 2-3 miles per hour harder. That slider seems a bit sharper.
There's the jacket is now off of Clayton Kershaw. On the ground to 3rd. And Turner throws him out. Maeda does it again. Pitches him out of a bases loaded jam, but we're tied.
Bellinger, who started the big 7-run night last night in the 6th inning with that base hit off Corbin, 3-2.
And he leads off the 4th with a single to right. Big turn. He's got good wheels, and he will retreat. In fact, the double he hit yesterday, he had 2 hits in that inning. The double he hit was the hardest hit ball of the night, according to the StatCast numbers. And he got good wood there, too.
Yeah, you've seen his at-bats have gotten better and better, and this is a guy to me that's starting to lock it back in, which if you're the Dodgers, that's great news.
That was 110 off the bat. I just did that in my head, if you're wondering. Seager fouls it away. Look, a word on Rich Hill, whose night is through. They'd hoped to get like 4 innings out of him. He pitches into the 3rd. Look at this moment, Dave Roberts with Rich Hill. And Rich Hill's one of these guys, folks, 39 years old, had to pitch around a lot of injuries in his career, has persevered like crazy, and answered the bell tonight. Gave it all he had on a pitch count. Runner is going, and Bellinger will be safe as the ball trickles away. So he's in scoring position. And one other thing, we'll move on, but look, Rich Hill, you sometimes think about, oh, these ball players, they got everything great and what a great life. Look, they have the personal trials that everybody does, and Rich Hill and his wife lost a child about 5 years ago, and it was devastating. And he has remained a big league pitcher, has remained a pro the whole way, and as good a man as you'll find.
Amen to that. Guy was playing independent league ball in 15 in Long Island, and as you said, lost a 2-month-old kid. I don't think there's one guy that doesn't respect Rich Hill and what he does, and I think that's Dave Roberts telling him right there. I appreciate it.
You're exactly right, Frenchie. He knows what this man's path has been. Bellinger out there at 2nd after the stolen base. Corey Seager doubled his first time.
When you saw Bellinger steal that bag right there, I think the one thing that sets him apart when you talk about an MVP type guy, I get it, the home runs, everything. He plays gold glove defense in center field. He moves to first base sometimes. We've already seen it this series, and he can flat run. So he doesn't just do it with the bat. He does it with his legs, and he does it with defense.
Ooh, a good cut by Seager. And Bellinger was 15 out of 20 in stolen bases in the regular season. To go with those 47 home runs and 115 runs batted in. You see the arms around the outfield. The 2-2 to Seager, and he struck him out. Get that slider down and in, and Seager waved at it, 1 out.
Yeah, pitch before this, humped up at 97. He fouled off this. That hard slider cutter in, back foot 90 miles per hour. That's tough to lay off. That's a big time pitch right there.
Well, here's Matt Beatty. His first postseason start coming here in Game 4. You heard Doug Eddings say, no, that's in. He's the home plate umpire. Alfonso Marquez at first, Trip Gibson at second, Will Little at third. Jordan Baker and Ted Barrett patrolling the foul lines here in Game 4.
I know we were joking with Davey Martinez earlier, asking if Scherzer was going to go 140 pitches tonight, but I have a feeling he's expecting him to go close to it.
He was joking, but not really.
Yeah.
That stayed upstairs. And now it's 3-0. Scherzer has walked one. That was an intentional pass to Will Smith. Swings at 3-0. And that's easy for Soto. 4 out number 2.
Well, the Dodgers have been one of the most aggressive teams all year. 3-0 here. He got a good pitch to go on. He just missed it. When you're facing Max, that's the pitch you want. He just happened to beat him to the spot.
Now here's the 21-year-old second baseman, Gavin Lux. Played in 23 games, making his big league debut on the 2nd of September. He scored 3 runs in that game and got into the Dodger record books. Nobody had ever done that. That was a beauty. 0-1. Bellinger, the runner at second, singled to open the inning, stole a bag. Lux trying to bring him in.
That's a good fastball right there.
You do something with that pitch.
Yeah. You shatter your bat right there if you swing at that. You see this coming back at 96 on the inner half. And you see why guys are going early. Hitters are 1 for 21 when they get to 2 strikes this postseason off Scherzer.
He muscled up on that one. Struck him out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Tied.
A guy that wants to win tonight, why don't you listen to this on the last strikeout?
Yes. We heard it up here in our booth on the second level. And Scherzer went next level with a strikeout of Gavin Lux to end the fourth. Bottom half now, and Kenta Maeda, who came on in relief of Rich Hill, got the final out of the third, faces Ryan Zimmerman. In just a second, we're going to show you what we saw between innings, which will pique your interest. So we showed you Clayton Kershaw with the jacket on earlier. Then we showed you Clayton Kershaw jacket off. And now Clayton Kershaw getting stretched out a little bit in between innings.
I think they're just sending him down there. I think he's in trouble. No. Oh, that's a guy getting ready to come in here at some point. That's why you love the postseason.
2 balls and no strikes, and Maeda delivers strike one to Zimmerman, who struck out his first time.
And that's what's so tough for the Nats right now. As good as Max is right now, keeping him at 1 run, Maeda's been filthy this postseason. And looking down there with Kershaw, you got to find a way to score a run.
Dave Roberts' Dodgers scored in the first on a solo homer by Justin Turner. The Nats tied it up in the third. Michael A. Taylor, who had walked, eventually came around on a sacrifice fly by Anthony Rendon. And though they loaded the bases, that's all the damage Washington could do as Zimmerman fouls that one away. Two balls and 2 strikes, and Zimmerman goes down swinging. Foul tip into the mitt of Will Smith for out number 1.
And that's a tough thing for Zim. Great pitch right here by Maeda, expanding the zone on him, but he's been hurt some, hasn't played too much. Then when he has gotten starts 2 in this 4-game series, it's just tough to get a rhythm at the plate.
Maeda has faced 9 and set them all down in this series. And here's Kurt Suzuki, grounded into a double play his first time, and he's now 0 for 9 this postseason, 0 for 6 in the series. Looks up and sees 3 gray shirts on the left side of the infield. That's where he hit it last time.
Yeah, it's like they're just waiting for someone to get a big hit. Even the run they've scored tonight's off 3 walks and 1 hit.
You take them any way you can get them at this point in a game of this magnitude with their season on the line here in Washington, hoping to fly cross country for a Game 5 at Dodger Stadium. Authentic on-field caps, tees, jerseys, hoodies, and more. Get all your division series gear and suit up with your team at the official source, MLBshop.com.
Well, there's one cool customer.
Anibal Sanchez, he was good last night. When he left, the Nats had the lead. And Suzuki is out number 2. Maeda's been flat out filthy, Frenchie.
He has. Look, it's the same pitch he got Zimmerman. He just keeps coming at it. He can put it on that outer part, and he makes it tough. I had a great chance to talk to Anibal today. I thought it was cool. He loves talking pitching, baseball. And I thought he gave the best compliment to the Dodgers. He said it's about as good a game as I could have pitched last night. And he said, I gave everything I had against that lineup. He said they were so tough to navigate around.
Big swing with no result for Michael A. Taylor, 0-1. Taylor walked in the third and has scored the only national run. And he tries to bunt his way on and is behind in the count 0-2.
So here's another good chance. And I know a lot of these guys are pull hitters and they don't want to give up what they.
Oh, come on. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Frenchie, but doggone it. I knew there was a chance of rain a little bit in the forecast, and we're seeing some of it here. But I digress. What was the point you were trying to make?
Saying that you look at the way that they're out there, these guys are pulling it.
Look at the play by Justin Turner, but the throw just a hair late. Taylor beats it out, and he's aboard with 2 down.
Yeah, which is big right here because you're going to get a chance to clear Max Scherzer here probably and get Turner to lead off the next inning if he gets out. Great speed there. Good play by Turner. But they're giving these Nats hitters, Ernie, the whole right side of the infield. I mean, Gavin Lux is playing 5 to 10 feet left of second base, and yet they're still pulling the ball. And at some point, you kind of say that's an approach thing.
Here's Scherzer. Now this presents an interesting situation, Jeff.
It's the worst thing that could happen to the Nats right now.
Yeah, if play is stopped for any significant amount of time, because if it is, then all you're going to get out of Max Scherzer is 4 innings.
Well, you'd think so. Even if this guy sits around for an hour and a half, they're going to have to tie him down if they don't want him to go back out.
Yeah, that's pretty significant rainfall now. You've been there, Frenchie. You got those raindrops falling off the bill of your helmet. And you got a guy out there throwing a wet baseball at 95 miles an hour. Scherzer sends it to center field into the glove of Cody Bellinger. 4 innings in the books in Game 4.
By Utz Snacks, the crunch that connects us all. And by T-Mobile, introducing its newest, most powerful signal ever. Whether you're home or away, T-Mobile is with you.
This was the scene moments ago here at Nationals Park. Pretty good rain falling, but here's what a commercial break will do for you. It's lit up. We're playing ball. Will Smith takes a strike from Max Scherzer. This was between innings. Ted Barrett is the crew chief. That's Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire, and they're getting an update on the phone of where the weather system was and what it was doing. And suddenly, nothing falling from the sky. So
I tried to tell you that between innings. I said it's small cell.
I was not aware of your having a seal of the
I love
American
the
Meteorological Society. We are playing in the top half of the 5th inning. In a 1-1 game, Max Scherzer, the Washington starter, facing the number 8 hitter in the Dodger order, Will Smith. A.J. Pollock has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Maeda. And we look out in the Dodger bullpen and see Julio Urias, who's been about as effective as Maeda has been out of that pen.
Yeah, both those guys have really been untouchable. He came in yesterday after Joe Kelly loaded the bases and was able to get away with only 1 run.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Doug Eddings fires a strike back to Scherzer. Out number 1 in the 5th is strikeout number 4 for Scherzer.
That's a slider down in the zone. As we said, that's a guy who's pitching right now under control, Ernie. Not like in the wild card game where he felt like he couldn't find the zone at all with any of that off speed and had to rely on his fastball. Tonight, right now, relying on all 3 pitches.
Here's A.J. Pollock pinch hitting. And it has been a struggle this series for Pollock. 0 for 11 with 9 punch-outs.
And Dave Roberts told us yesterday before the game, this is a guy we need to get going right here.
He started the first 3 games. And it's 1-1.
Another slider right there, 1-0. That's as good as I've seen his slider in a while. He's under control with it.
Pinpoint. 1-2.
I think both of us would agree. We felt like this is what had to happen for the Nats to have a chance to win tonight. They needed this Max Scherzer right here to have a chance to beat the Dodgers.
This is pitch number 63 and it sails outside. Count even. Two up, 2 down, 2 Ks in the 5th.
That's just pitching off his fastball, 98 away. Wasn't a strike. Comes back, same spot, but with a slider. Got Pollock for his 10th strikeout in this NLDS.
That's 3 straight for Scherzer. 4 out of the last 5 hitters. And we go back to the top of the Dodger order and Jock Peterson. He popped to Rendon his first time and rounded out to second in the 3rd. So now he's 3 for 19 career against Scherzer. Does have a home run among those 3 hits.
This will be the interesting time, the 3rd time through the lineup for Max right here. He's been really good tonight. You start trying to overthrow, do too much, or just stay within himself.
He's pitching tonight. That change had Peterson fooled.
Good 2-0 pitch right there. Keep him off balance. But you got to make a pitch because we've seen Jock hit him. He can hit him a long ways.
He got the Dodgers in order in the third. Trying to do it again in the fifth. Trying to pitch the Nationals into a game 5 in the NLDS. Here it comes. This will be pitch number 70 from the Nationals right-hander. He strikes out the side. We head to the bottom half of the fifth, all tied up in D.C. But I can tell you that the Astros and Rays will play game 4. Start time still to be determined. That's on FS1. If the Yankees don't sweep the Twins, there will be a game 4 there on FS1 as well. You're watching game 4 here on TBS between the Dodgers and the Nats, all tied up. 1 apiece, bottom of the fifth. Third Dodger pitcher is on, Julio Urias. And he faces the top of the Washington order, Frenchie.
He did, and all he did was get 6 outs and 15 pitches last night. So Dave Roberts said fresh.
No, they've been effective and efficient.
Yeah, between Maeda and Julio, they've really done a good job of bridging the starters to the end of the game. To Kenley Jansen last night.
Turner's 1 out of 2. Popped up in the first. Singled in the third. There's your regular update on Clayton Kershaw, who remains out there in the Dodger bullpen.
He's trying to paint that corner, definitely missing off the plate. Showed Kershaw again a minute ago. I think that's something, Ernie, where if it gets to where the Dodgers get a 2-1, you see that ball's off the dish, but they get a 2-1, 3-1 lead, then I think you see a guy like Clayton come into this ball game.
Urias has worked 3 innings, allowing just 1 hit, and Trey Turner starts off the fifth with a single to left, and that thing nearly skipped on the wet grass.
I was going to say, wow, we forget that little rain shower we had a few minutes ago, and obviously this ball was smoked right here. 3-1, he got a fastball and turned on it, but look at this. Almost scooted by him.
Matt Beatty had to reach out and stab that thing before it got to the wall, and with Turner's speed, that would have been trouble. Here's Adam Eaton, who has walked twice and lays down a bunt that's going to stay fair. Turner's throw is high, but what a great job by Muncy. Went up, came down on the bag, and got the out.
I want to go back and look at this bunt right here. This thing was going foul and kicked something and came back right here. Watch this. It almost hit the edge of the grass, and you see Turner was actually talking to the third base umpire, but as you said, great job by Muncy going to get it. Here's a great angle. Look at that thing coming back.
And it was bunted so hard. I mean, if you think, okay, I'll see what this ball's going to do, that thing would have been in left field.
Yeah.
Go-ahead run is out there at second. That's Trey Turner. And here's Rendon, who has knocked in the only run for the Nats tonight. It came on a sacrifice fly in the third.
What a block by Smith right there.
Rendon has had no luck against Urias. He's 0 for 8.
Great job. That's a tough one for Turner to read when it's right in front there. Smart decision to stay at second right there. You got your 3-4 hitters up right here. Give them a chance to drive you in.
Rendon is looking for a signature moment in this series. Nobody in the National League had more RBIs than the Nationals' third baseman. His second RBI of this series came in the third. Reese blowing in from left. Into left field. That's going to fall for a hit. Turner around third, and the Nats have got the lead. Rendon delivers a tie-breaking single here in the fifth.
As you said, 0 for 8 before that. Ball got in on him. He made a really nice pitch, but Rendon pulled his hands in right here. And Turner with the great read at second base, knowing where Seager was. And we're almost in the exact same scenario we were in last night.
Pedro Baez loosens in the Dodger pen. It's a good point you make too, Jeff. It was 2-1 going to the 6th last night. That's when it all went south for the Nationals, who have claimed a 2-1 lead here in the 5th in Game 4, fighting for their playoff lives. Soto. Watch that all the way into the mid of Will Smith.
And that's the toughest thing, I think, if you're Dave Martinez down there, is knowing, listen, you're excited. You just took the 2-1 lead. But knowing the firepower of the Dodgers offense, you feel like we got to find a way to get another couple runs right here. Give us some breathing room.
Soto is popped up. He walked in the third. He was the last hitter that Rich Hill faced before giving way to Kenta Maeda, who got Kendrick to end the inning. Pops him up left side. And Turner makes the play for out number 2.
Got a 2-0 slider curve right there, that almost the same spot that he hit the home run on last night, out up over the plate, but this one got under.
And now here's Howie Kendrick. Rendon, not much of a lead at first. Looked like the Urias version of Anibal Sanchez last night. Floated that one over. What is Davey Martinez said they call that the butterfly that Anibal Sanchez throws.
Yeah, he had them off balance on that pitch last night.
There's Trey Turner, who scored the tie-breaking run after leading off with a single. Baez made a lot of starts when he first signed with the Dodgers. This year, 37 games, 8 starts, and his 3rd trip out of the pen here in this series for LA.
Yeah, and this game's just kind of how the Nats season has gone. It's tough. You think about the 2 games the Dodgers won once they broke it open last night. Pretty smooth sailing for them, you know, kind of relaxed. The 1 game the Nats went bases loaded, 4-2, 3-2 to Seager. And here's another game for them that's just high leverage, but that's how they've played really since into May.
Into left field, base hit. Rendon will be at 3rd. Kendrick with a 2-out single. They're at the corners.
There's a ball in off the plate. Another one kind of like Rendon. Just pulled his hands in. And Zimmerman, who's 3 for 3 off Julio. Unfortunately for him, he's not. Dave Roberts is going to get the bullpen.
The wheels are turning here at Nationals Park. Urias had been virtually untouchable, but they got to him tonight. And Pedro Baez will enter the fray in D.C.
And Dave Martinez sticking with Ryan Zimmerman right here. We thought you might have seen Cabrera come up, could move Kendrick back over to first. But right here, to me, this is a guy that's come up with a lot of big hits and a lot of big situations for this franchise. And his manager's giving him another chance to add to that right here.
The first pick by the Nats way back in 2005 out of the University of Virginia. He's Washington through and through. Born in Washington, North Carolina. Played in Washington his entire career. And what a huge spot here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners lead from 1st and 3rd, and he takes a strike. Baez pitched in game 2, Frenchie. 3rd of an inning.
Well, and that's what Dave Roberts feels. He can continue to bring guys from his pen that have good stuff and can get out.
In the air to left center field, hit pretty well. Bellinger goes back, leaping, it's gone! Ryan Zimmerman, a 3-run shot. A legendary Nat with a legendary moment.
Well, you talk about a day and age of analytics. This is a manager going against that, going with his heart, going with what he knows about a player, and giving him a chance right there. And Zimmerman getting the biggest hit of the series for the Nats so far. And you know these fans appreciate it.
Here's Suzuki.
I mean, he climbed up to get that too. That's a fastball up in the zone, probably not even a strike. And he got just enough to squeak it over Bellinger's head in center.
Man, you talk about an electric moment. My goodness. Wonder if somebody's going to go try to fetch that. Ryan would probably like to get his hands on it.
Surprised the fan, even if you get kicked out, doesn't go get it. Look at him pull those hands in. Like I said, that ball's up.
Wow. What a moment. And Suzuki draws the walk.
And he said the ball's still sitting there.
I have a feeling a Nationals employee will make sure that finds its way into the locker of Ryan Zimmerman. A 4-run fifth.
Well, we saw yesterday in the top of the sixth, the Dodgers explode with 2 outs for 7 runs. Here Zimmerman gets a huge hit with 2 outs.
Taylor goes the other way. That's just foul. Don't forget the Kendricks single with 2 out. That came off Urias before Baez entered and gave up the 3-run bomb to Zimmerman. Suzuki, hitless in the series, followed with a walk. And here's Taylor. Shattered his bat, and it's going to get into left field. Suzuki's going to have to hold at second. Turner got some leather on it, just deflected it into left.
He broke his bat right here. As you said, got it just enough to the side where Justin Turner got it off the edge and scooted it in the outfield. And look, you have these series, Ernie, you make decisions sometimes as managers. Yesterday, Martinez brings in Corbin. Roberts unloads the bench. It helps today. Everything, I'm sure, on that card that Dave Martinez and the Nats have said to pitch hit Zimmerman right there in that situation. But he stuck with the veteran guy.
Max Scherzer. Talked about the need for something to happen in that Washington bat rack, and it's happened here in the 5th. Max does not get cheated up there.
No, and you see sometimes in these situations through 5, you know, bring a pinch hitter up. They don't have that choice right now. With that offense that the Dodgers have, the ability to hit the long ball, he's going back out there for at least 2 more innings.
Nobody happier in this ballpark than that guy, Max Scherzer, who has seen his teammates put 4 on the board here in the 5th. First to tie the game and then to take the lead. And just to clarify, the game was tied at the beginning of this inning, and that's when they broke the tie when Turner scored after the leadoff single. Rendon coming up big there. Kendrick kept the line moving, and then Zimmerman unloaded. In his only other appearance, Baez gave up a single and then another bunch single and struck out Rendon. 3 hitters he faced. Tonight, a homer, a walk, and a single. And Scherzer's giving him a battle. A 2-2.
Yeah, he's battling him hard right now. As excited as these Nats fans are, the momentum of this place, like you said, even after this at bat, he's got to find a way to get back on that mound and calm himself down. Because the Dodgers have the best lineup in all of the National League. And still 12 outs to play with.
Tight. Full count. Trey Turner waiting on deck, the top of the order, as the Nats have batted around here in the 5th. And another bad one loads him up. Grounded in the hole, and Turner throws across for the out. But the Nationals have an inning. They score 4. 3 on 1 swing from Ryan Zimmerman. Good. What those 2 hosses, Scherzer and Strasburg, have done. Look at that strikeout to walk ratio, 19-1.
And that's why, to me, if you're Scherzer, you got to try to stay out there as long as you can. Difficult, though. You got 2, 3, 4 here in Muncy, Turner, and Bellinger. 3rd time through the lineup. So how fast they can put runs on the board.
He has struck out 6, has Scherzer. The only walk issued was intentional. And he faces the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Muncy, Turner, Bellinger. This is a key inning. If you're trying to get 7 innings out of Max Scherzer tonight in this elimination game, navigating your way through this part of the Dodger order is vital. Still just a couple of raindrops here and there, but nothing like what we experienced earlier for about 5 minutes. And look at that beautiful pitch, off speed.
Big curveball right there. Takes a lot off it. You know, and if you're Max, after watching your 2 teammates pitch against him a couple nights before, you realize that's how they were successful.
In the air, shallow right. Howie Kendrick. Well, that was up there for a while, wasn't it? 1 down.
And you can see Max here last inning when he punched out the side. That slider down right there. You can see how much that ball bites. And that pitch to Pollock was after 97. And then there's a changeup right there. You can see it moving away. When he's rolling, it's not a lot of fun to face.
StatCast AI is powered by AWS. Here's Turner. He got to Scherzer in the 1st. Solo homer. That's been it for the Dodgers scoring. Breaking pitch misses. Alex Chappell, what you got?
Well, Scherzer at times we've seen tonight dialing it up to 97, 98 against some of these Dodgers hitters. He said he noticed his velocity was up this postseason. He joked with his teammates that the old guy can still throw some heat, but he says the product is just knowing that everything is on the line. You're gonna get the best out of him.
Thank you.
DJ?
Thank you, Alex. He tried to get Turner to chase there, but Turner would not. Yeah, those 7 fastest pitches of this entire season, postseason included, all coming in the playoffs for Max Scherzer. Curveball, bounce foul.
Which, and I thought that was something important for him to be able to slow that down, be composed. We saw the numbers. Dodgers, by far and away, the best in baseball, hitting high velocity.
He has allowed 1 run on 3 hits. 6 strikeouts. And the 2-2 shattered his bat on the grounder to third. 2 up and 2 down in the 6th. And up steps Cody Bellinger.
You can see the numbers up top. When Max gets to that 6th inning or so, he's tend to struggle a little bit. So far, he's been able to maneuver his way through 2 and 3.
Bellinger at a home run cut. It's 0-1. He's had better swings in the last couple of games than we saw in the first 2, Frenchie.
Absolutely. Squaring the ball up now, looks to be comfortable.
Bellinger stole a bag in the 4th after his leadoff single. Dodgers couldn't chase him home. Seager struck out. Beatty flied out. Lux struck out. He bats here with nobody on and 2 out in the 6th. That's in the air to right center field. And Taylor's got plenty of room. A 1, 2, 3, 6. We head to the bottom half in D.C.
By Utz Snack next us all. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance.
At Nationals Park, bottom of the 6th, we are zipping right along here on TBS. Game 4 in the best of 5. Dodgers win, they go to the NLCS. Nationals win, we head to Dodger Stadium for Game 5 Wednesday. And Ross Stripling makes his first appearance of this series.
Yeah, and to see those numbers, just another good pitcher coming in for the Dodgers.
He faces the top of the Washington order in Trey Turner, who got it started in the 5th. Singled and scored the tie-breaking run. Later in that inning, Ryan Zimmerman would connect on a 3-run homer. It's a 5-1 game. And this goes to center field, and Bellinger on the run, and it falls in front of him. Turner's got great wheels, and he's thinking 3. You know, we've had a little rain, we've had some wind, and Bellinger broke back on that ball and frankly outran it, Frenchie.
Well, the wind's blowing in hard now, and so you see right there the flags. Bellinger right here was flying back there, and as you said, the wind just kind of killed it. And then I think he slipped a little bit too on the wet grass out there, and by that time Turner with that speed. And I think Dave Roberts is trying to check if the ball got stuck underneath the wall out there in left field. That's what Bellinger had his hands up for.
This is one of those situations, you know, when you're playing in Wrigley and you're a Gold Glove outfielder, you know that you go back and throw your hands up in the air as soon as the ball's in the ivy.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the ball definitely got stuck under there.
Well, but here's the deal. He didn't go out there and throw his hands up and say, hey, I can't field this, but they're going to send Turner back.
Yeah, I think you just saw Dave Martinez look at third base coach, tell him he's got to get him over right here. But yeah, I mean, the ball, as you can see, like I said, the wind kind of killed that, but smart move by Bellinger there. If the ball went under, he at least could make him take a look, and they send him back to second. Break for the Dodgers.
Well, here's Eaton. Ran up to bunt and then took it for a strike. Eaton 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. And again fails to get the bunt down.
That's a good pitch by Ross right there, though, too. Tough pitch to bunt. And Eaton was trying to drag it a little bit with him. Now at 0-2 here, he's going to have to kind of choke up and try to battle and put this thing in play to the right side to get Turner over.
And the ball bounces away, and Turner's going to wind up at third after all.
On all season, Turner, Eaton at the front of the lineup, this is what they've done. Ball just getting away from him here, putting pressure on the defense by going right here. Good read by Turner to get to third.
The Dodgers down 5-1, bring the infield in. Turner, one of the fastest players in baseball at third. Right back to the mound. Nice play, Stripling. That ball was sharply hit, but the Dodger pitcher made the play, 1 down.
Yeah, good play right here. That ball gets past him. Might have snuck to the outfield, but definitely gets Turner in at least.
Now here's Anthony Rendon. Got a runner down there at third, Trey Turner. And when Rendon hits in this situation, less than 2 out, runner at third, 70% of the time, he gets him in. 3 Dodgers on the left side of the infield.
And that's the thing that helps him too. He doesn't chase out of the zone much, so he's going to get a pitch that he can handle. And right here, all you're doing is letting the ball get deep and trying to hit just a lazy fly ball. That's all you need right here.
Off the foot at the plate. And the ball and a strike. Dave Martinez said after the game last night, they were reporters asking about Rendon, and only 1 RBI and that kind of thing. It said that the all-star third baseman had been suffering with one of those clubhouse viruses that goes around.
Yeah, this time of year, though, you just got to get in there and play. You got no choice.
His sacrifice fly in the third. Got the Nats on the board. Tied the game at 1 apiece. Washington with 4 in the 5th. The big blow, a 3-run homer by Ryan Zimmerman. They're trying to add on here in the 6th. Trey Turner, the runner at third. To center field, well hit. Bellinger goes back and leaping at the wall makes the play. Turner can walk home from third. Rendon knocks in another run. And it's 6-1.
I thought this ball had a chance. Great play by Bellinger there. Any other day with the wind not blowing in, he's probably got a home run right here. Waits on a curveball. And Bellinger makes a great play getting back. You see how he's got that left arm by the wall, knowing where it is? And that's exactly why Bellinger's probably going to win a Gold Glove this year.
Yeah, and well, you're a Gold Glove outfielder in your career, and so you're playing out here in center field where the wind knocked one down, and now you're being chased to the wall. You're seeing a lot here in 1/2 inning, Frenchie.
And good adjustment by him too. You know, when he's back at Dodger Stadium, you kind of know that, you know, but when you only play here 3 games a year, it can be tricky at times. Nice adjustment by him.
Here's Soto. Had some pretty good swings, have the Nationals, against Ross Stripling here in the 6th. Even the ground out to the pitcher was sharply hit. Dodgers use a variety of shifts in this instance against Soto. Justin Turner has come over and playing closest to the bag at second. Gavin Lux in shallow right.
Soto took a big swing there. Curveball.
Sharply hit right into the shift. And Lux throws him out. But the Nats add to the lead in the 6th. They're up 5. Bringing the Dodgers and the Nationals, and we move to the 7th inning. Max Scherzer has been brilliant. Working with a 6-1 lead.
Really starting to rain now.
We had one of these showers pass through a few innings ago, and it didn't last long. We would hope for a similar result here in the 7th. In the air to right center field. Eaton is there for the first out.
And that's tough too right there. You got the rain falling in your face, the wind going to the side. That ball moved a lot to the right. You could see him talking about it out there.
One blue eye, one brown eye. You know the Max Scherzer story. Here's Matt Beatty. Scherzer has set down 10 straight since a single by Cody Bellinger to lead off the 4th. And he was stranded. Well hit into right. And Beatty is aboard. That was a pretty good throw by Adam Eaton, too, as Beatty took a big turn. And you know, you're fielding a wet baseball out there, Frenchie, and he gunned it to second on a hop.
He gets a good fastball here to hit and turns on it. And that's why, hey, listen, Mac's going to have to keep going out here. This Dodgers team can hit. He's getting up in pitch count a little bit.
Here's Gavin Lux. Swings at the first pitch, and that will wind up out of play. Boy, is this game playing out the way Davey Martinez envisioned it at this point? He wanted at least 7 from Scherzer. He's in the 7th right now. He's got a lead of 6-1.
Oh yeah, and if he can get out of this inning, he's got the ability to go back out there for the 8th and try to give you another one.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Got him out front.
The 35-year-old showing the 21-year-old what's up here in the 7th. How will Lux respond with the 1-2? Skip out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think that's another thing for these young Dodgers hitters that's so impressive to me is how much of an idea they have of the strike zone. You know, they don't go fishing too much out of the strike zone for 21, 22 years old.
Trying to tell me you did that a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
There was the grunt again from Scherzer.
Yeah, it's about the 4th or 5th one I think we've had now.
It's Nolan Ryan-esque.
Yeah, I think he knows he's up over 90 right here, and he's about to empty the tank here the next 15, 20 pitches, I would imagine.
He buckled the knees of the rookie there, but didn't get the call, and it's 3-2.
That's a perfect example right here. Young hitter, big situation, takes that pitch.
Nationals have not turned a double play in this series. This, for Max Scherzer, would be the perfect spot. But he walks him, and they're at 1st and 2nd. He had intentionally walked Will Smith in the 2nd. And he walks Gavin Lux here in the 7th. And here is the catcher, Will Smith.
Wasn't it bad for Gavin Lux right there? Down 1-2, takes some borderline pitches. And passes on. If I remember Dave Roberts telling the 2 of us before the first game that Will Smith at some point would have a big home run, I would say this would be a moment for him to get his team back in it right here.
The Dodgers in this series In the first 4 innings, have scored 2 runs. From the 5th inning on, they've scored 17. Missed outside. It's 1-0. Seager flied out to start the inning. Beatty singled. Lux walked. And Will Smith, who struck out his last time, waits on Scherzer. Missed again. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's a big-time pitch right there, 2-0. As you see Sean Doolittle, we felt like the way for the Nats to win tonight was going to have to be Max Scherzer, Doolittle, and Hudson. And as you said, I'm sure they would love it if Max could find a way to get out of this inning with 2 more outs.
Well, he has nibbled on that corner, but just missed again. 3-1.
And here's another example, Ernie, of a young rookie guy taking these type of pitches, not being aggressive. And that's what the Dodgers do so good.
That is some discipline. We await a 3-1. Scherzer to Smith. And the bases are loaded. Paul Menhart in his first season as the Nationals pitching coach heads out to have a word with Max Scherzer. He replaced Derek Lilliquist in May of this year. He had been the minor league pitching coordinator. He comes out for the visit at the 99 pitch mark. And Chris Taylor will pinch hit here in the 7th with the bases loaded. Healthy cut, came up empty. 0-1. Taylor has played in 3 games in this series with 1 start. He's 1 out of 5 with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks.
Yeah, Max at 100 pitches now. You saw that slider. Wants to try to get his team out of this inning right here. Kind of like last night when the Dodgers went up. It was 8-3, bases loaded. Urias came in. Only gave up 1 run there. Same kind of deal here.
No balls and 1 strike. A Dodger leads from every base. And Scherzer jumps out ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. When Scherzer came out of the pen in game 2 and pitched that 1-2-3 inning, striking out the side, Taylor was one of them. Beatty, Lux, and Smith are your runners. Only 1 down here in the top half of the 7th. Good take by Taylor on a pitch below the knees.
That's a tough pitch to take right there, changeup. But he was disciplined enough. See if Max comes back with the slider. That's been the pitch that struck Taylor out last time he faced him.
in tight, 2-2. Highest number of pitches in this game coming here in the 7th in a high leverage situation. The 2-2. How about some T-Mobile extended coverage? Check out the traffic on the base paths. Matt Beatty at third, Gavin Lux at second, and Will Smith, after working a one-out walk, is at first.
How about that? All three rookies.
Not afraid to put him into the fire of the postseason. Another bad one forces in a run.
Another take right here that's just, you talk about discipline.
But it was down.
It definitely was. And now Mac's going to have to throw a strike right here.
I know what you mean. Stays alive. Got a piece of Suzuki on the foul tip. And you saw Doug Eddings, the home plate umpire, check on him, make sure he's okay. Catchers do the same for home plate umpires all the time. Well, who will win this battle with the bases loaded? The pinch hitter Chris Taylor or Max Scherzer? Scherzer. 2 down.
Well, and here comes great pitch right here for the strikeout. Now here comes the decision for Dave Martinez again. You got the lefty Jock Peterson coming up for the 4th time. You got the lefty Doolittle. We saw Scherzer has labored this inning. And it looks like he's going to leave his ace out there. And knowing Max, if he came out to get him, he might have tried to fight him.
He would have declined that visit. Save a few steps. Top of the order, and Jock Peterson. He's 0 for 3 against Scherzer tonight. Looper down the line, and that is a foul ball. That would have cleared the bases. Ted Barrett, the crew chief, the right field line is his tonight.
Looked like it was correct call there.
This will be the better angle. And that's a foul ball.
Ooh, that was so close.
Man, you need that Cyclops from the U.S. Open tennis championship. And who knows, we may not be that far away from that in Major League Baseball. Hope not.
Well, that ball falls right there. We might have ourselves a 6-4 ball game. Break for Max on that one.
Nobody has sat down at Nationals Park in 25 minutes. On the ground to Kendrick. Max Scherzer, pumped up, gets out of the jam. It's time to stretch. Geico game summary as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning here at Nationals Park, Washington, trying to force a game 5 in Los Angeles, and they lead it 6-1. And Frenchie Max Scherzer has been incredible. They get a big 3-run shot out of Ryan Zimmerman. It's been their veteran presence has gotten them right here tonight.
It has, and it's what you wanted to see. One of the best pitchers in baseball versus the best offense in the National League, and it hasn't disappointed. Dodgers had a few chances, but you know what? And then right here,
that's a tough play to end the inning, because you got to field that ball on the lip of the grass. Howie Kendrick made the play, and the reaction from Max Scherzer, who lets out a roar as he makes his way to the Washington dugout.
Yeah, you talk about emptying the tank right there. That guy just gave everything he had out there, made a couple big pitches to Taylor, 3-2, and then got Jock Peterson.
So we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. And Dustin May, who appeared in game 2, is on here in the 7th. He is the 6th Dodger pitcher in a game started by Rich Hill, who wasn't going to go past 4 innings anyway. He didn't make it out of the 3rd.
See that line right there, 109 pitches. Left it all out there tonight, that's for sure.
Here's Kendrick.
Good take there. Mays, for me, so impressive as a young kid, because he's got 5 walks in a day where you see a lot of young kids come up scared to throw it over the plate. He goes right after guys. That fastball, you see that cutter at 93. A guy they're really excited about for his future.
Kendrick singled his last time. He's 2 out of 3 tonight. Scored in front of Ryan Zimmerman on that dramatic 5th inning home run. Sean Doolittle, the left-hander. The only left-handed reliever, and I could say, quote, reliever on their staff. You saw Patrick Corbin, a lefty who starts, come on in relief in game 3. But he is pacing the cage out there in the Nationals bullpen as they try to force a game 5. There's a check down at first. Alfonso Marquez says that 100-mile-an-hour fastball was not swung on. I think there's a little adrenaline running through those bones. On the ground to 3rd. And Turner throws him out for out number 1.
And you see Doolittle warming up down there. But before that, we got Ryan Zimmerman in the bottom of the 5th. Probably hit the biggest home run, or one of them, of his career.
You know, he hit a walk-off homer when they opened this ballpark, and it was against Jeff Francoeur and the Braves. And this is a shattered bat single to right.
I don't know what the exit velocity was on that, but might not show that one.
Some you hit right on the screws, and some turn into firewood. Sounds like a topspin lob. He's at first with 1 out. And here's Kurt Suzuki.
Kurt still looking for his first hit of this postseason. Grounded into a double play tonight in the second. Struck out in the fourth. That walk in the fifth.
Suzuki still looking for his first hit of this series. Grounded into a double play tonight, struck out and walked. Dustin May with the distinctive hair and the distinctive motion from the stretch.
You see this movement right here at 98.
That's lively.
That's why they're excited about what they have.
On the ground to Turner. Second for one to first. Double play. Second one turned by the Dodgers tonight. 7 innings in the books here in D.C. One lead.
We all know Sean is coming at you with a fastball 88% of the time. Last time he faced Max Muncy, first pitch fastball in game 2 in LA, ended up in the seats.
Brian Dozier, the new second baseman, replacing Howie Kendrick. That's the only defensive change. And Max Muncy waits and takes down low 1-0. Yeah, Doolittle entered the game in the 7th that night, struck out Bellinger and was taken deep by Muncy. A game that Washington held on to win 4-2. So that formula that the Nats had looked at, Scherzer for 7 or more. He goes 7 tonight. Doolittle getting the ball in the 8th. Daniel Hudson warming for his appearance in the 9th. And Muncy launches one to deep center. Taylor is back, and he has room. 1 down.
Wow, and he's looking at Doolittle. Muncy, he knows that's a home run if the wind's not blowing there. I wish we could have had a camera angle out there. I mean, that ball had to come back a ton. That ball was absolutely crushed.
Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, into the wind and the rain, and Taylor flagged it down. And you see, even in the midst of this tight game 4, Doolittle knowing he got away with one against Muncy. Here's Justin Turner. They're starting to count outs here now in D.C. 5 outs away from a trip to L.A. and a game 5. With Steven Strasburg getting the ball for Washington in Dodger Stadium. Well, Alfonso Marquez just disappointed 43,000 fans here in Washington by saying that was not a swing.
Yeah, he held it up.
The Bleacher Report app connects you to the moments that matter faster. Follow your friends and give your take on highlights, scores, and more. Download the BR app today. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fouled back again. Turner never fails to give you a tough at bat. Scherzer got through this 2-3-4 part of the order. In order in the 6th, and Doolittle trying to do the same here in the 8th. In the air to right, where Adam Eaton makes it 2 away here in the 8th.
Yeah, good splitter there. Doesn't throw too many of them, but saw him sprinkle in a slider on Muncy. When you're facing the heart of this order, you have to be able to mix it up a little bit.
Already today you saw the Cardinals stay alive in that series with the Braves and force a Game 5 in Atlanta. Washington, the wild card winner, facing the Dodgers, who won 106 games. And if things stay as they are, there will be a Game 5 in this series.
And as you said, with the Nats being able to turn to Steven Strasburg and the Dodgers turning to their stud, Walker Buehler, who absolutely dominated in Game 1.
On the ground to second, Dozier gets a chance. 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. We'll be back. 1 Nationals. Michael A. Taylor leads it off. Glad they were able to play through the rain so far here into the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's come and gone. Doesn't seem to bother any fan when you're up 6-1.
No, we're okay in here.
Oh yeah, it's bone dry. Dustin May is just 22. Took him out of high school, Northwest High School in Justin, Texas, back in 2016, 3rd round.
And you can see the depth of the bullpen for the Dodgers, that you can bring a guy like this in a 6-1 game. I think Ernie, what impresses me so much is, if you think about it, every year the Dodgers for the most part pick late in the draft. And I get it, you have a lot of guys 5th, 6th, 7th round, but they tend to pick guys, develop them, and get them to the big leagues, like you've seen 3 rookies tonight starting.
Who wants that pop up? Muncy's going to make the play. I think May thought for just a second, I may have to catch this thing. And then he got out of the way.
Yeah, pitchers are always taught, get out of the way, but I said on this, the ball wasn't hit very high, and you can see him looking there waiting for somebody to call it.
Somebody. All right, 1 down. And Brian Dozier, part of that double switch last inning, hitting in the pitcher's spot. It's one thing to throw hard like May does. It's another thing to have the life on that pitch that it has.
I mean, cutter at 93. A lot of guys can't even throw 93 straight. And I imagine with this rain falling in your face hitting, that can't be a lot of fun right now.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
you don't have to imagine it. You've been in that situation. You got the handle of the bat wet. You got the raindrops on the bill of your helmet. Look at this thing.
I mean, look at that thing at 99.
This is as close to that as I would prefer to get. Boy, that was up above the letters, and Dozier strikes out for out number 2.
When you see guys swinging at that kind of pitch in that location right there, look at that thing.
That was riding in on him too. 2 down. And here's Trey Turner. This has been the kind of night they need from their leadoff hitter. Been on 3 times, but not this time, and he scored 2 runs. 8 innings in the books. Will we be heading to LA? Stadium against Walker Buehler. That's a tasty matchup right there. But let's see what happens here in the top of the 9th. It is a 6-1 Washington lead. Sean Doolittle stays in there because you got 3 lefties coming up. Although, look in the on-deck circle, and David Freese, right-hand hitter, has got a bat. So that may very well be when you see Daniel Hudson. But it is a 5-run game.
Yeah, if he forces his hand, you can turn it over and go to Hudson right there. Get the righty-righty matchup. Yeah, if the Nats can find a way to get 3 outs here, you look ahead to that game. The fun thing about that is you'll have Clayton Kershaw in the bullpen. You'll have Corbin back in the bullpen. Like I said, it's pretty much like a wild card game.
The 2-2 in the air. Down by the line. Is there room? No, there is not, as Juan Soto took a look. 3 outs away from a game 5 in the best of 5. Doolittle will wind up and throw another 2-2. And Seager will again foul it off. What a 7-inning job by Max Scherzer tonight. Allowed a first-inning home run, and that was it. Juan Soto breaks back on this fly ball and puts it away for out number 1.
I think Seager hit that ball pretty good too. Kind of wondering a little bit that it just died. That's perfect time. If the wind's like that, just let him hit it.
Here's David Freese, and here's Dave Martinez. And here's Daniel Hudson, with the Nats needing 2 more outs to set up game 5. We know that and Braves will need a game 5 to settle their NLDS. That'll be 5 o'clock Wednesday here on TBS, and it's looking more and more necessary for game 5 between the Nationals and the Dodgers. That'll be from Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, if Hudson can get 2 outs right here, you're going to be looking at 2 great pitching matchups on Wednesday to see who can go in the NLCS.
Hudson's 2 out of 2 in save opportunities in this postseason. Got one in the wild card. And he faces David Freese. Freese a big part of that 7-run 6th inning rally on Sunday, and he bounces one up the middle. Dozier gets a glove on it, but Freese aboard with 1 out here in the 9th. So saying he was right in the middle of that rally in game 3. And this Dodger team trying to see if they can string a few hits together and keep the line moving. Coming to the 9th, down by 5.
Yeah, 3 hits for Freese last night coming in off the bench in the 6th inning, and now a knock here in the 9th.
Here's Gavin Lux. Lux is 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th. That 7th was a big inning after the Nationals had extended the lead. In Max Scherzer's final inning, they load the bases and he gets out of it.
When you talk about a game of inches, you look back, Jock Peterson missed a double and probably 3 RBIs by about a ½ an inch. But we could be talking about a whole different scenario.
No, you are absolutely right. A ball down the right field line. That was foul by inches. Gavin Lux looks at strike 2. Here's the play to which you were referring, Frenchie.
I mean, look at that thing. Great call by Ted Barrett down the right field line. And that thing barely missed, but we said that ball's good chance of 6-4 with Jock Peterson either on 2nd or 3rd. Sometimes you need a little bit of a break too.
David Freese, the runner at first, has, what is it now, 68 games of playoff experience in his career. He's been a MVP of an NLCS and a World Series. Two down here in the 9th.
Good slider right there, back foot. After a couple 97-mile-per-hour heaters. And now the Nats 1 out away from sending this thing back west.
Fly ball right field by Will Smith. Adam Eaton squeezes it. We've got ourselves a game 5. The Nationals fight off elimination. They get a gutsy performance from Max Scherzer and a dramatic home run from Ryan Zimmerman. and their quest to advance in the playoffs will continue in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and listen, I know the Dodgers are disappointed. You didn't win this game, you had a chance, but at the same time, they're going home to their own backyard. They got Walker Buehler on the mound, who was incredible in game 1, and they got a lot of guys with experience in playoffs. Should be a great game.
They celebrate here at Nationals Park, where they've known a lot of postseason disappointment. They've seen other people celebrate on their field. They're going to try to do that at Dodger Stadium on Wednesday night. Alex Chappell.
EJ, I'm here now with Ryan Zimmerman, and Ryan, you all come into this one facing elimination. You come through with the biggest hit in the series for the Nationals. 5th inning, 2-on, 2 outs. You're facing Baez. Second pitch, a 3-run homer. What was the key to the approach?
You know, they've thrown me a lot of high fastballs and finally got on top of one. You know, I've been feeling good at the plate, taking some good swings, and haven't got many results from it, but you know, big hit. I can't say enough about this team. Max obviously went out there and did more than we could ask, and yeah, just fitting for this year. Why not?
Ryan, you've been wearing the Nationals uniform for 15 years. Where did that moment rank for you?
Oh, they're all up there. I think, you know, just being able to be out here with this group of guys, kind of what I went through personally this year, just to be healthy and be back and being able to contribute however I can. You know, these are things you don't forget.
Max Scherzer, as you pointed out, he gave you all everything tonight. Now looking ahead to Game 5, what are your thoughts as you'll have Steven Strasburg taking the mound?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Steven's been great for us. I think, you know, they got a really good team too. They're going to have Walker or Kershaw or both or whoever. So, you know, this is why you play the game. Game 5 against one of the best teams in the league, and we're going to find out what we're made of.
Ryan, enjoy this, and we'll see you in LA. Thank you. EJ?
All right, thank you very much, Alex. Final score tonight. Nationals over the Dodgers 6-1. This best of 5 tied up at 2 games apiece. For Jeff Francoeur and Alex Chappell, this is Ernie Johnson bidding you a good night from Washington, D.C. After the break, we'll send it to Casey Stern and the guys in Atlanta for the postseason show on TBS, presented by Physicians Mutual. TBS is your home for the 2019 NL postseason. We got a Game 5 Wednesday. We got a plane to catch. We'll see you then.